Greetings. This article is correcting me about a false belief that I had. I thought that the character assassination was the final stage of a relationship with a narcopath or narcissist, and it is not the case. It is not the case at all. In fact, as soon as a narcissist is entering in contact with you, the first day starts the character assassination. It's just that it is intensified at the end of the relationship with the smear campaign. But all along, I knew that all along they wanted to destroy you since day one. This I knew, don't get me wrong, but what I was made aware by this article is that character assassination is not the final stage. The final stage of the relationship with the narcopath is the smear campaign. So I will read the article to you. Narcissists are character assassins. This is posted in the WordPress after narcissistic abuse. There is light, life, and love. And I will put the link in the video description. When narcissists are out of touch with what people with character feel like. Narcissists don't have a real, true, and fixed identity. What's fixed about their personality is what it is disordered. Who they are is a classification in a mental health diagnostic manual. With this wonderful factoid under our belt, we can begin to explore why the presence of someone with character becomes such an envied, devalued, and discarded being. A parallel example. Is anyone here a horse person or a motorcycle lover? For anyone who's ever been part of a passionate hobby that you identify closely with, there are certain ins and outs to even the label horse person that you begin to envision what that label means when hearing it. Someone who rides every weekend, probably owns a couple of horses, takes care of them, shows them, brushes them out, who can smell the hay, imagine the time involved, feel the wind on the back of your neck as your horse progresses to a full gallop. You relate deeply with sights, sounds, colors, and intense feeling. When you haven't even really been a part of that horse group, between commas, you don't have those memories or tangible feelings to relate to. This is what a narcissist feels in relation to those having good character. They just don't understand us. They can't relate to how they go about being a person of good character, but they envy that we have it and they don't. They see the social, emotional benefits we reap and know that if they had what we had, they'd probably feel better. They'd probably feel better. They covet our good qualities and will eventually take them from us while ignoring or destroying the rest. 2. They envy the character they know they can never have. This envy on steroids is what a narcissist feels when presented with targets who have an identity of being kind, gentle, and loving people, good people. They seek us out because of the kindness of our souls, our gentle and loving demeanor, our willingness to please them and put them before ourselves. They exploit this goodness, however, use it, rob us of it, and leave nothing but destruction and demeaning put downs in its place, along with real-life destruction for all involved, kids included. You know how the story goes. Their envy turns into seething anger. They begin belittling the target's goodness, pointing out all the reasons that they wouldn't want to have that anyway. They are devaluating it to reduce its importance to them so that they can extinguish the discomfort of their envy and their almost realization that they possess no true character or identity. They are in fact in denial. 3. Devaluing what they envy. The more they belittle what they envy, the more their devaluation becomes apparent in their actions towards us. They are more verbally degrading than ever before. They relish more on our defeats when they used to celebrate our successes. Suddenly you realize that instead of being able to live life and be peaceful, you've got a constant problem on your hands. All you know is whatever it is, somehow you caused it, and you'll be emotionally and physically punished and required to fix it before the relationship between commas can begin sailing again. Because narcissists don't communicate in terms of a behavior between commas, they'd like to see you adjust. They drag your character into it. Every statement feels like the bottom sailing out. It's not that you were late in traffic. It's that you are an inconsiderate floozy who had to have been out worrying around while the narcissist was waiting on you like the perfect gentleman. How dare you make them wait? You're such a bad person. Their thinking goes like this. You know, I'm going to abandon you now, and it's your fault because you just couldn't make me happy. When continually barraged with these over-the-top character assassinations, it's an everyday occurrence that you spend your time defending your right to have an identity free from abuse. If you think targets over-exaggerate the mindfuck of the situation, just ask another target and another. You will get the same over-the-top answers one after another because these are the facts we deal with. It's if you never lived through a Vietnam relationship like the narcissistic one, then let's choose to not just speak on a topic of which you won't allow yourself to be informed. If you'd like to be informed, then please read on, or please continue to listen. And by the way, this is if you don't like my accent, and if you have a problem that sometimes, on rare occasions, I have a problem pronouncing because my mother tongue is not English, then just leave, just unsubscribe, okay? You can barely sometimes just write correctly in English, and then you belittle somebody else whose mother tongue is different, and you're ignorant enough to not understand that the way you place your tongue, the way you place your mouth when you're pronouncing another language, I had problems. I had people who had problems with that, and so I had to mention it. Let's continue. Discarding what they devalue. Sorry about that. If you ever seen the study where a rat was given inconsistent reinforcement for the treat-worthy behaviors, then you've been a target at this point in the narcissistic relationship. All we want is to avoid the pain of character assassination. Day in and day out, we hear that we are who we know we are not. However, after years of having our boundaries trampled, we're not so sure anymore. They seem so energized and convinced by the identity defining between commas. They speak with such certainty about the lies they're saying about you. With your energy so depleted, you're just willing to cope with it as long as they just shut up. Many times I'd just go along with whatever he was accusing me of. Okay, yes I was blah blah blah, inconsiderate, I'm sorry, yes I was blah blah blah. I didn't realize that hurt you so bad, and I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Whatever would get the emotional abuse, cold shoulder, anger, and non-stop questioning to stop. So the person is describing their experience. I will put the link in the video description so that you can read it for yourself. So this is point number 4. She's giving, she or he, I think it's a she, giving details, discarding what they value. And then she's finishing the 4th chapter. They've prepared the way for no longer needing you for what you offer, because frankly, when they see us at that point, they see garbage to be put out of the curb. They swiftly set us aside and swing the door closed, while they and their new supply walk off into an amazingly romantic, albeit fake, sunset. 5. Final stage of character assassination is the smear campaign. The relationship, I would say relationship because this is what it is written, and its entanglement with character assassination has run its full course. What started out as a relationship between a good person with character and a bad person with a character disorder has now been twisted around. It's like being in a dream and not being able to run or scream. You know those dreams, where it feels like your legs weigh 500 pounds and you can't run. That's what it feels like trying to explain that crazy mess to outsiders. You're now hearing things about yourself that you know are not true. And not only they are not true, they are things the narcissist did. You know that you just sound like one of those kids defending themselves saying, "No, I'm not, they are." And the narcissist knows this too. That's why they preempt you. They run to others before you even know they're discarding you. You think you're still in the relationship, while the narcissist is out making you out to be batshit crazy, but telling you how much they love you. That way, when you finally work up the nerve to tell others, you're met with deafening silence. They're saying, sure they do. Because the narcissist has already told them that's what you're doing. It's a shock to learn you've been lied about, played, used, and all the other emotions. All at the same time, you're trying to decide what to do about this full-on smear campaign / slander / defamation the narcissist is waging a war with in order to discredit you, so that by the time you get back to your full senses, you are so far buried in slander, defending yourself is pointless. So I will put the link in the video description. I don't see the name of the person who wrote that article. Thanks for listening.